And welcome back to the show. For more than 4 decades, DOROT has been an innovative leader in the fields of aging services and volunteerism. The organization serves clients with a diverse range of programs and services, delivering those programs and services through intergenerational connections with volunteers of all ages. Now, DOROT's intergenerational programs offer a glimpse into the world of today's youth and the chance for older adults and volunteers 65 and up to actually share their stories, wisdom, as well as friendship. Here now to tell us a little bit more is the coordinator of youth and family volunteers at DOROT, Quinn Lockwood, and also DOROT Senior, Antoinette-Marie Williams, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So when we talk about aging services, obviously services towards seniors are very important, but share with us a little bit about DOROT and this work.
Sure, absolutely. So we, as you know, are a senior serving organization primarily. We've been around on the Upper West Side since the 1970s. And what I particularly get to touch on in my role is all of our programs that are designed to bring together the older adults of DOROT and our young people. So those are student volunteers, youth volunteers, anywhere from as young as 5 years old up to 18 years old in high school. So we have a variety of programs that run during the school year as well as over the summer. Antoinette knows all about those, and she's with us all the time doing a variety of different things.
And so, Antoinette, talk to us about the work that you do.
Well, I'm involved in quite a few different DOROT programs, particularly the intergenerational programs. I participate in the chess program, which deals with the young people as well as those of us that are over the age of responsibility.
Okay.
And what we do is weekly, we get together and we discuss chess problems, and we also are learning to play chess. Some of us are, and I've been playing chess for quite some years, and knowing that DOROT had a chess program, I decided to join. And it's very rewarding in the sense that we get to communicate with those of us that are elders. So it's across the board win-win for all of us.
Yeah.
And I also participate in a one-on-one chess program with an 8th grader once weekly, which is good for me to teach as well as to learn along with her about chess problems, and so that's another communication. I'm also involved in the brain games, the intergenerational brain games program, where we do different problem solving with the elders and the young people, and it's again another win-win across the board. We get to experience different ideas from old school to new school. So I'm enjoying that too. And I think I belong to another program. Quinn, I've forgotten what other program
You do so much with us. You
I
also
do.
intergenerational discussion group.
Oh yes.
That's
There's
one of my
also,
favorites.
yes, there's also once a week I talk with a young person who's now in college, her first year of college. And we have conversations once a week, which are very interesting across the board. What she's taking in school, she's taking creative writing, and I have a master's in creative writing. So we have that in common, and we discuss generational things, which we find we have a lot in common in that regard as well too. So
Yeah.
all of the programs are really interesting.
And Quinn, when we talk about intergenerational programs, obviously they have a lot of power and a lot of significance. Talk to us about the importance of these, because on the part of those who are past the age of responsibility, as I've heard, when you have somebody that's past the age of responsibility, to talk to somebody who's just becoming responsible, I think there's some power in that.
Absolutely. And I think it's also key, what Antoinette highlighted before, is kind of those things that come to light in terms of commonalities. Like finding those things that spark you and ignite passion. You could be any age and be interested in learning how to solve puzzles and use strategy to get through a challenge. And, it doesn't matter that you are maybe just entering your high school experience and maybe you have a lot of life yet to live and you're connecting with somebody who's lived a lot of life. But those things that bring people together, I think, don't have to be defined by age. And we're really all about kind of breaking down those age barriers, getting people to interact in these spaces where you can have the opportunity to meet somebody who's so much younger or so much older. And unfortunately, I think that's pretty rare in the way that our society is set up these days. You're sort of in your own social circle, you have your peers that you connect with, and maybe you have family connections, but getting the opportunity to really break out of those age restricted circles that we run in, I think is just so cool and can be so transformative.
Well, talk to me about COVID for a second, because it's impacted a lot of people. How's it impacted, if you will, getting together and having those social moments? Has there been any impact?
Absolutely. We at DOROT had transitioned all of our programming that had been in person. Last March, we took everything totally virtual. So that includes opportunities to connect over Zoom, the way that many of us are kind of talking right now. We have telephone programs as well at DOROT for those older adults for whom that technology is not so accessible. And we offer intergenerational means of connection in both those ways now. And I think one thing that I have heard from participants of all ages that I work with is this feeling of isolation and really this hunger for social connections is definitely not limited only to those people we work with who are on the older age of the age spectrum, right? I have so many high school students that write to me and come into my programs and they say, my whole world has been so disrupted. I don't go to school anymore. I'm not really seeing peers, friends, classmates that much. And I haven't had the opportunity to, never mind meet new people. I haven't even had the opportunity to actually sit down and connect with those people that I already knew. So when they hear about something like DOROT, where we're saying, hey, come on and join our discussion group and come on and be part of these arts workshops and book talks, it really has this dual meaning where they're excited to connect with an older generation. And I find like our high school students are just excited to connect, period. They're meeting each other. They're meeting people that are also their own age. And there is such a hunger for that connection right now.
Yeah. Antoinette, what has it meant for you to have this interaction and to have this opportunity to do intergenerational work?
Well, it's really interesting. It's I want to say it's across the board, nationalities, ethnicities. It's really, as New York City is a melting pot, and so is DOROT. It really goes. It's really unlimited, and the people that it reaches, and brings us all together in a unified medium.
Well, let's get this out here so that way if people want to find out more information with regards to connecting with DOROT, how do they go about doing that, Quinn?
Absolutely. So I think, if anybody who is listening to this or watching this and maybe sees themselves or sees someone that they know as a good fit for joining one of our intergenerational programs, either that could mean you are a high school student or you know a high school student who you think would benefit from being part of one of these programs, or maybe you know an older person, you yourself are past that age of responsibility, you want to get involved. A good way to start would be our website. That's DOROT, DOROTUSA.org. And on that site, you'll find different sections depending on who you are and where you see yourself plugging in. So if you're a high school student, you can learn about our internships and how to apply for those right on the website. And if you're an older person, you can also see there's a section that's called Intergenerational Volunteer Opportunities for people 65 plus. And typically the first step to getting involved, if you've never done a DOROT program before, is to come to a volunteer orientation. And you'll find out how to sign up for those on the website as well.
Antoinette and Quinn, thank you so much for being with us, sharing with us a little bit about the great work of DOROT.
Well, thank you for having us.
Certainly.
Have a nice day.
Hey, you too. So we want our viewers to know, listen, if you want more information, we encourage you, do visit their website at DOROTUSA.org. Also follow them on social media at DOROTUSA. We do have more show coming up, so don't go anywhere. We're coming right back right after this.